Again, Andy with Handy Andy On Demand, and welcome back to a project run through. This is one the boys are actually on, and you can see from the mold in this little drywall, this is a garage space that's leaked for a long time, years and years. You know, and this poor customer got bids from several contractors, and it's amazing to me what happens in Atlanta. She got bids of $20,000 to $35,000 to rebuild. There's a flat roof deck above this thing that we'll show you in a second. And so the boys are going to be sistering a bunch of joists down here that have rotted, and it's going to be hard to get, can't really see the lighting in here, but the decking is all rotted up in there. And she got a storage area behind here. But it never ceases to amaze me what happens in Atlanta. There's certain jobs like this that it's a headache job, so nobody wants it. And so the contractors know that coming out, and they just go crazy on the pricing. It's not an easy repair. You know, the guys have been here for couple days messing around with this already. It's a lot of work. You can see all the debris that they've had to scrape off of this roof. And we come back around the deck. You know, a lot of customers like this particular customer, they don't come outside. You can see the condition of her yard and the house. She just stays inside. It's an older customer. And so it floors me that she got those kind of quotes, but she hadn't been clearing this deck. And so the way this deck was built up, you'll see what the guys are doing. And so they're sealing. This is the old roofing. So it's got 5 layers of rolled roofing on top of here. And then these deck pieces are sitting on top. And you can see what the boys are doing. They're pulling them up and they're numbering them here. And then adding new pressure treated blocks, standoffs, and then laying them back in place. So everything that we're sitting on right here, the guys have already come through. They've sealed all the seams on the rolled roofing, and so you can kind of see a little bit of it peeking out underneath there. So they've come down through where you see there's darker areas here, and then like this joint right here in between the marks where you see this white paint is where the decking was rotted. So they're going to scissor it from below rather than ripping this whole roof out of here. Most of the roof, this roof's 35 years old, and it's actually in pretty good shape because it doesn't get any UV rays. The sun never gets to it. But you can tell from the decking, she just had all kind of debris up here. It had never been cleaned out below, so all that scraping you see below is all the humus and dirt that formed underneath these panels from all the debris that just settled down in between these deck sections. So when this was built, you know, they made this flat deck up here so you could entertain, and but it's just really problematic. But when contractors see these kind of repairs, they go nuts in terms of pricing. So for her, you know, she's going to be able to do these repairs at a fraction of the cost of what everybody else quoted her. And she's an existing customer that'll call us again and again. My brother and myself, we got a team of 30 that do this stuff all day, every day. This one's a little unusual. And the funny thing about this particular deck is over the 25 years my brother and I have been in business, we've done 3 in this very neighborhood, the exact same deck and roof situation. One of them, a customer put a swimming pool out on top, a kiddie pool on top of this thing, and collapsed the whole thing. We had to rebuild it, and I think that ended up being about $15,000 or $16,000. So we knew what this would be for this customer pretty much, and we're able to deliver this to her at a fraction of the cost. You know, she's probably looking on this job, she's about 1/3 of the cost of every other quote that she got. And she was so funny because we gave her the quote, and we had so much rain the last couple of weeks. She said, "You know what, Andy, I've got buckets inside my garage and I just can't do it anymore, and I've got to get this fixed. Can you guys get me in?" So we went ahead and slid it in and bumped her in the schedule. You know, you just hate to see older people get taken advantage of, and there's a lot of that out here, just a ton of it. But even if she wasn't an older person, those quotes are typical for this kind of repair because nobody wants to do it. It's a headache. So we'll have this wrapped up tomorrow, and you know, she'll be good as new again. We do pretty much everything. This one's a little unusual. So all this dirt looking stuff right here is what the guys have been scraping out between those decking panels. It's just built up over years. So the homeowner wants to save it for potting soil, and it's probably pretty nice and rich humus, really. But you can tell from her yard, she doesn't do much out here anymore. I mean, this customer's got to be in her 90s. So it is what it is. But my brother and I and the crews, we do everything in terms of structural repairs. In fact, she got our number because we did this cedar repair for her last year, I think. She had a tree limb come down off these pine trees, and it went right through, and it wrecked the downspout and it wrecked that little bit of siding, so we were able to fix that for her. We do any kind of rotted repairs, trims. We do a lot of kitchen, bath remodels, basements, flooring, tile. We're pretty much a one-call, does-all shop. We've got our Handy Andy on-demand group going now, doing some dispatch, smaller repairs. You can call us and prepay for 2-hour increments, and one of the boys will come out and do whatever it is you need to have done, hang a picture, fix a water faucet, or all the little stuff that I just don't have time to get to be honest. So, but anyway, Andy at Handy Andy, 770-912-2829. Sometimes you can catch me at 770-265-9017. I'm Andy. See you at the next house. Bye for now.